The simple truth is that Donald Trump ran for office saying he would represent the forgotten men and women in this country. And then once he got in office, he forgot us. Not only did he forget them, though, the truth is that he never really respected us very much. Oh, he loves his rallies. The next time he holds one, look closely. Trump keeps his distance from anyone in the rally. The folks who come are packed in tight as they can be, risking disease, mostly without masks, but not Trump. He safely keeps his distance. As a reporter, they showed a couple days ago, a reporter trying to come up, or someone come to talk, he said, no, you got to keep your distance. I don't get close to these people. He's willing to let everybody else in the crowd risk their lives, but not him. And now we know what he really thinks of the people who come to his rallies from someone who saw it up close and wrote about it up close in the White House. The former employee said he calls his own supporters, quote, disgusting. He said, one of the benefits of this pandemic is he doesn't have to shake their hands. He doesn't have to shake their hands. That's a good thing about the pandemic. For Trump, these rallies are about entertainment, adoration, and not respect. But you don't kid yourself. This is a one-way street. Of all the things that Trump has said and done, nothing is more offensive than the way he's spoken about many of you and the brave women and men who served the nation in uniform, those who have given their lives in service to this nation. It's been confirmed by every outlet that he referred to them as losers and suckers. That's what Trump calls those who served and made the ultimate sacrifice. Let me tell you something. My son, Beau, served and volunteered to go to Iraq for a year, won the Bronze Star, came home decorated, came home with stage 4 glioblastoma and died of cancer. He wasn't a loser. He wasn't a sucker. He was a patriot. And all those people with whom he served volunteered were patriots as well. Just like your sons and daughters and many of you, your moms and dads. Frankly, I've dealt with guys like Trump my whole life. Guys from the neighborhood I come from who look down on us because we didn't have a lot of money, or your parents didn't go to college. Guys who think they're better than you. Guys who inherit everything they've ever gotten in their life and squander it. Guys who stretch and squeeze and stiff electricians and plumbers and contractors working on their hotels and casinos and golf courses just to put a few more bucks in their pocket. Guys who do everything they can to avoid paying their taxes they owe because they figure the rest of us, the little people, we can pick up the tab for the country. Do you have any doubt that the reason we haven't seen Trump's tax returns is because they don't want to know what he paid? They've only seen 4 Trump tax returns in the last 45 years. And I don't think there's been any in the last, ever since he's been running for president. He had to turn some of them over to start a casino in New Jersey. He had to show his taxes. And they showed that he paid zero. You know, he talks about the $billions, he paid zero, nothing. That's a fact. And when he was asked about it, you know what he said? This is why I really don't like guys like this in my neighborhood. He said, it makes me smart. Or another way, I'm not a sucker. Why should I pay when I can figure my way out? Zero. Wall Street's a long way from Scranton, Pennsylvania and here, but you get to see the world a little more clearly there. I grew up understanding, as I believe all of you did, that Wall Street didn't build this country. Hard-working people given half a chance, the middle class built this country, and unions built the middle class. Unions, union labor, like the folks in this room. You know, I've learned a few simple lessons from my parents that I've never forgotten. One was from my mother. She used to say, and this is God's truth, Joey, remember, nobody's better than you, but everyone's your equal. Nobody's better, but everyone's your equal. It's pretty simple. We're all equal, the way I was raised, and we should be treated that way. I have to admit, I got my back up a little bit recently about something I saw and was on national television about the race. Some of the national, I don't think they meant anything by it, but I don't think they know how insulting it is. It was, Joe Biden, if elected, will be only the first president who didn't go to an Ivy League school in a long time. Like somehow, that meant I didn't belong. How could a guy who went to a state school be president? My reaction was the same it has been my whole life, and I have to admit it. I've said it. I have to admit it, and I'm not proud of it. But, you close the door on me because you think I'm not good enough. Guess what? Like all you guys, I'm going to bust down that door. My guess is a lot of you feel the same way about a lot of slights you've had because of our standing, quote unquote. I say it's about time that a state school president sat in the Oval Office. Because you know what? If I'm sitting there, you're going to be sitting there too. Another lesson I learned from my dad, and my family heard this all the time. My dad lost a job when Cole died up in Scranton. We had to move. He had to go to my grandpa, his father-in-law, and say, can Jean, my wife, my mom, can Jean and the kids stay with you for about a year? I'll make it up to you. I got to move to Delaware where there's a job. I'm going to come home every weekend. Talk about pride. Well, he used to say, Joey, remember, a job's about a lot more than your paycheck. It's about your dignity. It's about respect. It's about your place in the community. It's about being able to look your kids in the eye and say, honey, it's going to be all right. The dignity of work. What you do matters. You matter. That's why I want to change the tax code. Instead of rewarding just wealth, and I don't want to punish anybody, but instead of just rewarding wealth in this country, it's about time we start to reward work. Under my plan, nobody making less than $400,000, and I don't make it and you don't make it, I don't think, in this country will see their taxes go up. But if you make more than $400,000, you're going to start to pay more. I'm not looking to punish anyone. I just think about the time. It's about time the wealthiest and the biggest corporations, most profitable companies, began to pay their fair share. You got about 90 of them paying zero, making billions of dollars. They pay no tax at all, zero. How can that be fair? The president talks all the time about how great the economy is. Well, I don't know what you all think, but where I come from, and a lot of places in this state, it's not so great. In the middle of this pandemic, now, the billionaires in this country have seen their wealth increase by $800 billion. Let me explain that again. All the billionaires in America, during the pandemic, their net worth combined, according to studies, have increased by $800 billion. And the rest of us? Well, 30 million people are unemployed. 20 million Americans are at risk of losing their home because they can't find the rent payment. 7+ million Americans are working part-time who want to work full-time. Evictions are on the rise. And for a lot of families, the kids are at home, not in school. I believe it's the working people of this country that need a tax break. And under my plan, they're going to get one. Whether you're buying your first home, pay for your health care premiums, or child care, or caring for an aging parent, you're going to be able to afford it. I've said it many times during this pandemic. We need to do more than just praise our essential workers. We need to pay them. We need to make health care affordable for every American. My plan will lower prescription drug costs by 60%